an incredible woman who is on a mission to take the UAE company, which is a male-dominated heavy industry, and bring it to the world in the most inspiring and visionary way.
I still want to empower my team to take the lead after me.
What is Ducab? It's unusual to have a woman in that industry, right?
It wasn't an easy journey. If we want to make change, we have to work.
There's a lot of stereotypes out there, right, about women from this area.
How can you think while you are having the scarf on your head?
The Emirati women, the UAE. How would you define the role today?
We are setting the trend.
What makes a true leader? Hi guys, welcome to my new episode, Brands Through Stories. I'd like to thank you all for watching our channel, for subscribing, for leaving your likes. We really appreciate it. Today, my guest is an incredible woman who is on a mission to take the UAE company, which is a male-dominated heavy industry, and bring it to the world in the most inspiring and visionary way. On top of that, she's the UAE national. And you know, there's a lot of still stereotypes out there in the world about Arab women, especially about women from the Gulf. That's why I thought it would be an absolutely pleasure and honor to have her on my podcast and share her story. Please welcome my friend and my ex-client, Maitha Shuaib. Maitha is an executive director for Dubai cable company, Ducab. Maitha also a former corporate communication director for Dubai Women Establishment. Thank you so much, Maitha, for joining me today, for finding time. Really appreciate it. I know how your schedule is super busy, especially these days. Maitha, the first question I'd like to ask you, of course, that when I saw you move from Dubai Women Establishment to Dubai cable company, Ducab, the first question that came into my mind was, why? What happened? From an environment, government company full of women, very beautiful, inspiring women, to this heavy industry. What happened there?
Thank you, Nina. Sabah al-khair or Masa al-khair. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm really glad to be here with you today. The why. Why did I move to Ducab Group? It was actually a Dubai cable company. Now it's Ducab Group. I thought I needed a change in my career, especially I have spent 13 amazing years with Dubai Women's Establishment, and I have evolved from a very junior graphic designer to a marketeer, and then to a PR and marketing manager. So I have evolved there to a communication director, and the brand in Dubai Women's Establishment was really core. As other Dubai government entities, what made me change after Expo 2020 Dubai, I thought I need to go beyond autopilot. And what was beyond autopilot? So I got the opportunity at Ducab Group. They didn't have corporate communication department. They didn't have corporate communication team, although they had marketing team, which was purely B2B and product marketing. And I thought, what will make me change my career? I'm super comfortable here. I'm on autopilot. Anything would come to me is not a challenge, so I can live my life, actually balance my life if I want to balance it. And I have a great team that I had built for the past 13 years. And the answer was, I need to utilize all the experience that I have for UAE, I'd say, not only Dubai, since Ducab is owned by Dubai and Abu Dhabi, which is a UAE-owned company. So for me, that was a growth opportunity, let's say, moving from a very supportive environment, I'd call it home. Spending 13 years is not a short period. So I went there, and my journey was, if I can describe it in a sentence, building a house is much easier than renovating a house. So I've been renovating, and the journey was a bit challenging, but really rewarding, I'd say. So the drive and utilizing all the experience for the country, that was my drive to change from DWE to Ducab Group.
You're very brave and strong, because the way you explained your previous position is a dream for many people, like a family, supporting environment, work-life balance. So tell us a little bit about Ducab. What is Ducab?
Ducab is actually, let's say it's a factory that used to supply cable in 1979 that was created by late Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed. It was a Dubai company owned by Dubai and UK until 2000. 2000 it became a UAE company. It used to supply only cables, and it has evolved through the years. In 2020 we had a new vertical. We used to be only known for, as you said, Dubai Cable Company. In 2020, a new vertical came along the way, which is the metals business. So now, what is Ducab? Is it a cable company? Is it a metal business? And whenever you have two verticals, you need to have, let's say, a group on top of this. So when the group was created, there was a need to create a corporate communication department that would showcase the let's say, the journey and success stories of this. And here my journey started with Ducab in 2022, and it was actually, let's say, a beautiful journey that I'll tell you about throughout our conversation, and how you can build the brand, and how you can use the legacy, and how can utilize all of the success stories that you have from the accommodation till the offices, till the stories you hear from far, and how you change mindset along the way. As I said, corporate communication was not there, so the messages were not core. Maybe in most industrial companies, messages is not core. It's mainly B2B, P&L, and how it's reflected on your financials.
Yeah.
Will it make a difference for them? What is corporate communication? What is a brand? Is it only a logo? No, it's beyond that. And that was actually my education journey that I took. And I said, I need to educate everyone from top to down what is the importance of the brand, and how you can actually empower the team so they can be ambassadors, and they can narrate the same story that you would create.
This is what I love about the UAE companies, government and semi-government, is that they never look at the company as just P&L today, right? What I need to do today. They actually look into the future. And that's why my program, this Mastervision, actually, I got a lot of inspiration from that. How you go into the future, see your position as an organization there, and then what you need to do today. And the countries here, like you said, taking a cable company, heavy metal company, and creating a brand out of it, it's something absolutely, it's very much this part of the world thing. But I'm sure as we can see, a lot of happening. It starts here and then people follow. The world follows.
We are setting the trend too.
Yeah, definitely these days. So for Ducab, what's that big vision that you guys want to achieve? What is that future?
For future, we want to be the pioneer industrial company in energy solutions. So this is our main, let's say, vision for the future. How will you do that? Definitely, you need to think of financials. You need to sustain the company, since, as you said, we are a private company owned by the government, but you need to sustain it. You're looking for growth. You're looking for capacity increase. You're looking for to increase your EBITDA. Why you want to increase your EBITDA? Because you want to have different platforms everywhere else, not only in the UAE. And this is the vision. This is the strategy. You want to expand, since we are actually exporting like 70 to 75 countries. 60% of our products are not being sold here. It's being sold everywhere else. So this is Ducab vision, to take the UAE product everywhere, and like in all the continents that we need to reach to.
Amazing. Let's start from the beginning again. Your first day in Ducab, or first week in Ducab. Have you faced from the beautiful office on the ocean, from the ocean to the beautiful office in Jabal Ali? How did you feel? Were any challenges?
For me, I think Expo 2020 was the transition, since we were working with the Women's Pavilion. So the way to Expo was very long, and Ducab is actually just 15 minutes away from Expo.
Right, from Expo, yeah.
Expo 2020. So there was a transition, let's say, when I moved to Ducab. Totally, Dubai Women Establishment and the beautiful offices were amazing. But even there, like when I'm looking at the factories, I'm looking into the details and looking at the legacy that we have in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. It's amazing. And every time I go into an accommodation or a factory, I come up with so many, let's say, creative stories that I want to narrate, like a day in a worker life and amazing state-of-art factory that I can talk about. I'm trying to humanize everything that I tap my hands on, because I believe these stories are worth to be written and narrated everywhere else. How was the first day? Actually, when I joined, I came back and then I sent myself a voice note. And I wrote a journal. I looked at things, as I said, renovating a house is much harder than building a house from scratch. So I was looking at all the materials, and in my mind I thought I came like from very strong background, but I was supported. That was the difference. I was supported because, as I said, Dubai core is PR and brand. In industry, what is your core? Is actually your core is the business itself and the finance. So I looked at it, and how can I win let's say the shareholders buy-in? Like when I joined Ducab, my group CEO was super supportive. He told me this is the destination, but the tactics strategy would come from your end. For me, okay, so if this is the destination, how can I get the buy-in from the beginning? And I'm talking here not as a female, I'm talking here as a quality of a corporate communication leader in the industry that didn't have any previous corporate comms, let's say director or VP. So I need to set the stone and set actually the base for this department. It wasn't an easy journey. I had employees. You need to empower the employees as well. You need to set quick wins for the beginning so you get the buy-in, and then you can implement your strategies. It was a learning journey for me because, as I said, when I come from Dubai government, everything was clear. You get a direction and you follow. But here you start from nowhere, and my only motivation was the drive. I wanted to create the change. I still want to humanize it. I still want to empower my team to take the lead after me. So whatever I do, from let's say from brand architecture, from the narrative, from the key messages, I'm setting the base for whoever will come after me and will take Ducab hopefully to inshallah higher positions. So I'm trying to create a story, even like tomorrow if any industrial company would come, or let's say we want to enter a new market, we will have a strong base.
Yeah. Wow, it sounds very challenging. Were you scared on the journey?
Yes, I was scared. Because, as I said, you know what is the destination, but getting
how
there,
to get there,
it's not easy. So you need to create a lot of partnership, and you need to have a good negotiation skills. You need to get information, and you need to prove that you know the business. In the beginning, what I was aware of, I was aware only of the policies related to women empowerment. So I needed to educate myself financially. I needed to educate myself in the business to know what is the difference between a cable and metal rod and all the different terminologies that we had. So I started creating terminology. I started asking the team to create cable journey, for example, and has eased everything afterward.
What is cable journey?
It's how we create the cable in the supply chain from going like to the basics, from getting the metal and taking it to to different machines till we get different kind of cables. So education was an important part of my journey at Ducab. It wasn't only for me, also for the team. I started taking them to the field, to the factory. I told them, if you are a marketeer and a real marketeer, you have to be in the field. You cannot be on your desk. You have to mingle and interact with them. We started, as I said, having allies and partnership. We went to the government and the media outlets. We need to actually to show our let's say going as simple as to show our faces and to have a good let's say relations with them. We started creating and recreating our messages and then differentiating our messages. So we would have a corporate message, but we need to have commercial messages for the businesses, because the business at the end of the day, they need B2B. When I think of it, am I B2B, am I B2C or B2G? I am all of it. I am business to government, I am business to customer, and I'm business to business. So we have to think of it from all the aspects, let's say, and along the journey, empowering the team. I'd say I have a great team who are handling different areas. So what did I do? I started my structure. As I said, I came from a design thinking structure. I want to do this and that, but I had to be very agile and change it along the way, because I was learning throughout the process and changing it to the requirements from an industrial point of view.
It sounds like you got a lot of trust from the board to do that. Right?
I get, really trust from even my group CEO.
Your group CEO, yeah. And how did you gain that as a woman? Was it challenging? Was it, because I understand I'm not asking from the perspective that they don't see women in the working environment. Of course they do. It's a lot of women. But more from it's unusual to have a woman in that industry, right?
Actually, you have to own it. You have to own the trust, not because I'm a woman, because of the industry and the field, the size of it, actually. For example, when I go beginning of the year and asking what are the projects and is it worth actually announcing. So I get the projects, and the first thing that I get, it's different than the government. The government we announce and then actually we execute. Here it's different. The economics and is totally different. Here we plan and then we announce, which would give me actually more grace time to think, to plan and to execute. So it's more structured, I'd say. And as you said, the trust, it came actually from my group CEO. He trusted me. And then I had to just find the ways to execute it. And here my experience from the government would come. I like to do giant announcement. I like to do giant, let's say, events to prove the importance of the announcement. And I have a couple of announcements that actually had great implications. For example, we had automated our factory. And my group CEO by profession, he is an engineer, and told me, Maitha, this is something normal in factories. And I told him, Muhammad, this is actually the vision of the country. So let's announce it. It's really important.
Right.
And we had announced it by bringing different stakeholders, bringing the government to speak about it, bringing actually a magazine or media outlet to speak about it, and definitely bringing the professional from our team to speak about it. And we create actually Big Bang. And we have been actually called in COP28 to talk about digitization. And we have been called in COP to talk about automation journey.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. But I think, and this is what I had this, this is again the difference. I don't know why I have now a lot of comparison that now come to my head. Difference between the company that is born here versus the company that is getting into the market now from abroad. A lot of companies from abroad, they think about themselves. It's them, their market, their customers. Yeah. Companies that are born here, they especially raised by the locals or those who's been here for many, many years. We think about company, market, customers, government, impact on the Emirati, impact on the country, right, and so on. So it's a much bigger thinking.
It's much bigger responsibility.
Big responsibility, and thinking is much wider usually. The companies from abroad, they don't really care that much on the impact they actually create for the country.
Exactly.
And they miss opportunity of actually working with the government, right? Because they ignore it. In some countries, they actually prefer not to work with government, or realize, oh no, I have nothing to do with government, right? Here is the opposite.
It depends actually in which country you are in. For example, if you will be in US, let's say, or Europe, you act as a private company. It's different. You need to change your hat, and this is the importance of messages that we have.
Yeah.
So the messages are not set, and they are not all the same. So whenever you go to Europe, you show your private hat. Whenever you come to the Gulf, you need to show the support from the government. It's mainly changing the hats according to the culture that you are in, and this is the beauty of corporate comms.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, in terms of the difference in the environments, so apart from, I understood Dubai Women Establishment was structured, predicted, sounds like a dream for my life. And then it in Ducab is more challenging. Was there anything else? Did you feel like, wow, that's a huge difference?
For me, I think the difference was I need to come up with the direction, and I need to execute that direction.
In the person.
In Dubai Women Establishment, as I said, the brand was core there, and we were only working as an advisory to the government for women in the economy. It was really easy to actually execute the projects, and you can predict what are the projects, and you get the direction from the different teams. And we used to work as core to the entity because of the nature of our work. Here we are a support function, supporting different businesses. We're supporting, let's say, the sales department and commercializing the product. We are helping the corporate office in different topics that is now very popular, like sustainability, and talking about and humanizing Ducab brand, thinking of the future. So the challenge here, I'd say, moving from mid-management to seniority and creating the whole ecosystem, very, very challenging, yet very, very rewarding.
Beautiful. And just one more thing about Ducab. I see now drive around Dubai, I see the banners. Why do you want public to know?
For me, because it's a legacy from Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed. This is actually shows the vision in the late 70s of his industrial mindset. He started Dubal, Dugaz, and Ducab, and DP World by that time. And you can see every entity is really taking the lead in their function. EGA now, Ducab and cables and metals, DP World and Dugaz. And I want to actually to create a great story out of it. For me, if you let's say if you are on Sheikh Zayed Road, and if you are just driving there, for me you are always 3 meters away from Ducab cable. Although we are on Jabal Ali, but we are really near, and you can see us all over the place. You cannot see us, but we are actually from ground to grid, let's say.
Amazing. The way you talk about heavy industry, and it's very inspiring. I have to say, when I went to see you in your office, this is the first time I saw the cables in that, how do you call it when it's the cut?
It is actually what you have seen is the HV, the high voltage.
They were different.
We have low voltage, medium voltage, and high voltage. Yeah. For now, we have 85,000 variant.
Oh my God, they look so beautiful inside.
Like it's so many different families. Yes. We have solar, we have aerobic, we have power cable. Like we have so many different families.
I think we'll find a picture of or maybe if you could share with us of just to share inside. It's a piece of art, right? It's a piece of art. Huge piece of art. I could never realize how big.
Even the tower. Have you ever noticed the tower on Sheikh Zayed Road when you enter Dubai from Abu Dhabi side?
Which one?
The tower in Ducab. So this tower here, where we fabricate and manufacture the high voltage cable. We are using it mainly for like Diwa, Siwa, Adwiya. Like they are using the big cable.
Big cable. Yeah. Amazing. A little bit now, I want to move a little bit more to about the UAE. I think in the women of the UAE. How do you could you explain for me? I know I work with Dubai Women's Establishing Gender Balance Council, and I was always fascinated by you guys, how you manage to be really feminine and really, mothers and sisters and daughters, and at the same time really strong. Compare even, I don't want to compare to men, but very competitive also and strong. What is today? And that was many, many years ago that we've met, many years ago. I'm sure the role even more now stronger, the role of women, the Emirati women in the UAE. How would you define the role today? Who are these women today?
Actually, they are the women who are driving the economy, and they are the mothers, they are the sisters. And for me, every time when I see, actually, I've started my career with women. And my boss was a woman, and till now she is my mentor that I call her whenever I find any challenge in life. So I think women are very genuine, women authentic, and they're paying attention to all details. They're emotionally intelligent, and this is how I see the UAE woman. And I'm really glad that I have been raised, let's say, by my grandma, who is actually an amazing leader, an amazing woman, and started my career with her Highness Sheikha Manal, who is also an inspiring leader, moving to all the leaders that came through my life at Dubai Women Establishment. So I can see her, as I said, authentic, genuine, and emotional intelligent.
Yeah, I'm always, like I said, I'm always fascinated by that fusion of true woman. I think it's probably you embrace being a woman rather than trying to change yourself to a different environment, right?
100%.
And you truly enjoy it. So I remember our meetings, beautiful environment, everything aesthetically beautiful. Lamia was at that time. But then at the same time, a proper, real discussions about what the future, and you guys were changing legislations, right? In the beautiful environment, in the beautiful design cups of coffee. Yeah, incredible. And that's what I want to say. There's a lot of stereotypes out there, right, about women, especially from women from this area. GCC, you travel a lot. What were maybe the most, the funniest stereotype they have, or something, what you remember that you were asked or you faced?
I was in a conference, actually. We were in a conference in Paris, and my ex-boss was there actually in a panel discussion, and they were actually speaking and discussing legislations. And one question came along the way, was how can you think while you are having the scarf on your head?
This is not funny.
It was one of the stereotypes. That was a stereotype. People thought like whenever you put a piece of fabric on your head, it will prevent your thoughts to come out of your brain. And it was really funny, and half of the actually ballroom started laughing on the question, but she said
it was a woman or a man.
She was a woman,
and
she took that platform to educate, and she said nothing would prevent us. You can see the first jet fighter local, and her name is Mariam al-Mansouri, and her scarf is on top of her. Our minister Lubna al-Qasimi, and her scarf is on top of her. So she had came up with this beautiful answer to everyone, and the whole ballroom started to clap for her for this answer. But the stereotype is still there from normal people, and they would actually think, why would you have that? But I think international representation really help, having people out there creating and actually conveying the culture in different platform, whether it's a conference or whenever I go for a hiking experience. Let's say I went once to Spain and I did a hiking for 7 days, and I was wearing my scarf, and people stopped me. What are you wearing? Like, you can tell people still they don't know what is the Gulf and what is UAE, and what is this piece of fabric that you have on top of your head.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, an education platform. There is a stereotype on Arab women or women with the scarves, and our job is just educating them and removing this stereotype.
Yeah, and I tell also, I have a lot of friends wearing scarf, and it's not that they were forced
Exactly.
by
It's by
angry
choice.
husbands
Yeah.
to. It's
It's by
actually
choice.
part of, yes.
Yeah, it's part of our identity, and we love it.
Yes, yes, yes. What about another stereotype? Forgive me to be so blunt. The stereotype, oh, you know, these locals, they don't work. They just come to work and they get paid. What
Yeah,
would
the
you say?
stereotype. And you
I know how much you guys work, actually.
Exactly. If we want to make change, we have to work. And I'm always against go put an effort of what you get paid. I'm always against that. And we're always driven by passion, by what we want to change, the purpose, I'd say. So whenever I go to work, I know that I want to humanize this brand. I really know that in the future, I want Ducab to be well known. If I'll be anywhere in the, like, let's say in the Gulf, Europe, US, I want Ducab to be very well known in different platforms. So this is my purpose, and while working in this company, so you need to have such motivation and drive for it.
Yeah. So you don't go to work to get salary only. It's the purpose that you have.
It's definitely money is one of the verticals, but if you don't have passion, you'll go only from 8 to 5.
And what would you give the young girls, let's say, I don't know, from the UAE or from other countries? What could they do to make that impact
What I
in their careers?
I received actually this advice from one of my teachers back in the university. She always was advising me, accept the journey, the know-how will come later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when I accepted Ducab, I didn't know anything about the industry.
Yeah.
The journey will come, the knowledge will come later. You keep educating yourself, but accept the challenge, accept the end destination, and things will unfold for you.
So it's very important to have that company that has a vision then, right?
Yes.
So that is not just a role you want to excel, but it also is the environment,
100%.
right? And the company that has a journey, clear journey.
100.
And then you embrace it and go for it.
Exactly. And you cascade it down to your team.
Yes, yes. Your team is quite diverse, right?
Yes, diverse.
How is it working? All women or?
No.
No?
We are balanced. We are balanced.
You use all your experience.
We are balanced. Actually, as Ducab, we have 28 nationalities, which is great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and even my team, I have maybe 5 nationalities within my team, which is amazing. Even the dynamics, you can tell we celebrate different cultures, we celebrate different Eids. So we are, I'd say we're an amazing power team.
Power team. Work-life balance. Do you believe in work-life balance at all?
I believe in work-life integration. It's a swing. And let's say during summer, your swing would move toward your family. During let's say November, March, April, the business here strives, so your balance would go toward your work. So it's balance is a myth. Integration is the right term, I'd say.
How do you? What did you integrate in your life? Sport? How do you? I know you're working a lot, and the first time we met after many years, you said, "Wow, I work so much."
I work because we operate in so many countries, so we have to be actually in the countries that we operate in. But what I do for my mental health, I try to have my peace of mind I travel a lot as well. So I hike and I go to destinations where it's a bit quiet, running away from the hectic fast life.
Yes. So being closer to nature, active life, right?
And being close to family. This is a big vertical in my life. So I disconnect, I connect with family, just balances me.
Right, beautiful. Who is Maitha in 50 years?
Maitha in 50 years, I can see myself as a grandmother, having my own firm, maybe
grandmother with her own firm.
Exactly, with my firm, and maybe having 2 books.
Written 2 books?
Yeah, I think 2 books.
In the UAE, somewhere in Dubai, or
somewhere in Dubai, yeah.
Not retire somewhere else?
No, in Dubai.
In Dubai.
I'm a Dubaian hardcore, yeah.
Hardcore Dubaian. I always ask some last questions, my guests. Last questions of this episode. Last question sounds very sad. I usually ask what is to make a great entrepreneur, what to do every day to be a strong entrepreneur. With you, it's not about entrepreneurship. I think I want to ask you about the leadership. I think there's a lot of people educating today, coaches, leadership coaches. The leader should be this, leader should be that. From my experience, I think a lot of real leaders as examples are here, and I'm not saying it because I want to please someone. Yeah. I actually truly believe in that. What is for you? What is the true leader of today, right? Today, who's going to lead us in the future? Who is that true leader? Like, what makes a true leader?
Someone who walks the talk.
Mm-hmm.
A leader who is very smart and using AI, I think. we have to learn this. Genuine, I'd say, and a human. You need to be human.
Yeah.
And a good leader, I always do this. A good leader is a good follower as well.
How? What?
Accepting sometimes that you are not leading this time, you are following. And you're supporting the other leader, so
a good team player also with other leaders, yes. Right? Which I think ability to listen
and to be agile.
Yeah, very unusual for today's world. Thank you so much, Maitha. I really enjoyed it. Very, very inspiring. It's really a pleasure, and I hope there will be less and less stereotypes about women. The scarf was a very, I think it's one of the funniest stereotypes. Will be less and less stereotypes, and I from my heart advise you, especially women, to follow the UAE women, because unfortunately we don't really intersect a lot, right? As expats and locals,
and we need to do this,
and we need to do that, because we could learn a lot from each other.
100%.
Thank you,
Nina. Thank you for the opportunity.
Good. We do this. Oh, Maitha, you're very inspiring. You're such a good storyteller.
Why?
Yeah.
Thanks to your questions, maybe.
Really, I was thinking, I need to do this.